uncovering the deepening crisis in U.S. China relations. Welcome to InfoBurst. And today we are doing analysis on the intensifying U.S. China tensions, a critical issue that's transforming global politics and the economy. This episode delves into the intricate dynamics of a relationship characterized by trade disputes, military standoffs, and recent provocations that have highlighted the depth of the rivalry. We'll dissect the complexities of this situation, examining the roots and ramifications of the conflict from the perspectives of both Washington and Beijing, and considering its impact on international markets and diplomatic relations. The narrative of U.S. China relations is one of strategic competition, with both nations vying for dominance in a rapidly changing world order. From the initiation of a trade war under President Trump to continued tensions under President Biden, including military warnings and diplomatic maneuvers, the stakes are high. The recent incident of a Chinese spy balloon over U.S. airspace has only served to underline the fragility and volatility of this relationship. In this concise exploration, we'll touch upon key issues such as the militarization of the South China Sea, the crackdown in Hong Kong, the contentious issue of Taiwan, and the broader implications of this rivalry on global trade and technology. This relationship's complexity extends beyond mere power politics, encompassing ideological differences, economic interdependence, and the potential for conflict and cooperation. As InfoBurst navigate through this analysis, we aim to provide a clearer understanding of the strategic calculus of both the U.S. and China, the international response, and the path forward in this era of great power competition. Join InfoBurst as we are about to explore the story of the U.S.-China relations crisis, its global implications, and the search for stability in an increasingly divided world. The balloon incident and the escalating U.S.-China tensions. In early 2023, the United States found itself embroiled in a diplomatic and security quandary when a Chinese spy balloon was detected and subsequently shot down in American airspace. This event, while singular in nature, epitomizes the ongoing deterioration of U.S.-China relations, a saga of friction and strategic rivalry that traces its roots back over the past decade. This incident prompted Secretary of State Antony Blinken to postpone a highly anticipated diplomatic visit to China, underscoring the volatile state of affairs between the two global powerhouses. Historical context. The genesis of a superpower rivalry. The genesis of the contemporary U.S.-China rivalry can arguably be pinpointed to the initiation of a trade war under the Trump administration. This conflict marked a significant shift in U.S. policy towards China, moving from engagement and cooperation to competition and confrontation. The trade war, characterized by the imposition of tariffs on hundreds of billions of dollars worth of goods, was not merely an economic dispute, but a manifestation of deeper strategic tensions concerning technology, security, and global influence. Under President Joe Biden, this rivalry has not only persisted but intensified. The administration has continued aggressive trade policies, while also taking a firm stance on security issues, notably Taiwan. The United States' commitment to defending Taiwan in the event of a Chinese attack represents a stark departure from previous policies of strategic ambiguity, signaling a readiness to confront China's rising military ambitions. China's authoritarian trajectory. A challenge to global norms. Under President Xi Jinping's rule, China has markedly intensified its authoritarian grip domestically, while adopting an assertive stance on the global stage. This dual approach has manifested in widespread human rights abuses, the implementation of pervasive surveillance systems, and a crackdown on any form of dissent within its borders. Such actions not only contravene basic human rights principles, but also pose substantial ethical and security dilemmas on an international scale. China's drive towards military modernization is particularly alarming, showcasing a rapid enhancement of its naval, air, and missile capabilities. This military buildup is not just for show. It's an integral part of China's strategy to assert its dominance in the South China Sea, a crucial global maritime route, through territorial claims that the international community largely deems unlawful. The militarization of this region has escalated tensions, prompting fears of potential conflicts that could involve multiple nations. Moreover, Beijing's policies towards Hong Kong and Taiwan further exemplify its authoritarian trajectory. The imposition of the national security law on Hong Kong effectively dismantled the one country, two systems framework, stifling the pro-democracy movement and eroding the city's autonomy. Similarly, the increased military posturing around Taiwan, which Beijing considers a breakaway province, serves as a stark reminder of China's willingness to use intimidation tactics against what it views as separatist movements, thereby threatening the status quo across the Taiwan Strait. The Taiwan question, a flashpoint for conflict. Taiwan's pivotal role in the escalating tensions between the United States and China cannot be understated. The island, a global leader in semiconductor manufacturing, represents a strategic asset in the tech-driven global economy. Beijing's view of Taiwan as a renegade province necessitates reunification, while Washington's policy of strategic ambiguity, a delicate balance aimed at deterring a Chinese invasion without explicitly committing to Taiwan's defense, maintains a precarious status quo. This dynamic is fraught with a potential for conflict, one that could disrupt global economic stability and cybersecurity, given Taiwan's crucial position in the supply chains of technology and defense industries. Economic ties and technological rivalry. The economic and technological rivalry between the U.S. and China adds layers of complexity to their relationship. Trade disputes have escalated into a broader competition across various sectors, including technology, where allegations of intellectual property theft and China's influence in global institutions have raised concerns. This rivalry is not limited to military might but extends into the realms of global finance, affecting stock markets, trade policies, and shaping the economic landscape worldwide. The interdependence of the U.S. and China's economies, while a potential buffer against conflict, also presents a battleground for technological supremacy, with both nations vying for leadership in emerging technologies like artificial intelligence, 5G, and quantum computing. The role of global markets and international diplomacy. Global markets and international diplomacy play instrumental roles in this geopolitical chess game. Economic policies, such as tariffs and trade agreements, wield significant influence over global economic health and political relations. The interconnectedness of global finance means that fluctuations in the U.S.-China relationship can have widespread implications, from stock market volatility to shifts in global trade dynamics. Diplomacy, too, is critical, as it offers a platform for dialogue and negotiation, potentially averting crises that could arise from misunderstandings or miscalculations. Expert insights. Analysts weigh in. Experts in geopolitics, finance, and international relations offer valuable perspectives on the U.S.-China dynamic. Figures like Ian Bremmer underscore the multifaceted nature of the rivalry, highlighting the importance of strategic foresight in managing the relationship. Analysts emphasize the need for a balanced approach that recognizes the legitimate security concerns of both sides, while advocating for continued engagement in areas of mutual interest, such as climate change and global health. To navigate the complexities of the U.S.-China relationship, a multifaceted strategy is essential. This includes strengthening alliances with other democracies in the Indo-Pacific to present a united front, investing in domestic industries critical to national security, such as semiconductor manufacturing, and pursuing diplomatic channels to address contentious issues directly. Encouraging China's integration into the global economic system as a responsible stakeholder, rather than isolating it, could also mitigate tensions. The path to a stable, competitive coexistence between the U.S. and China is fraught with challenges, but not insurmountable. It requires a judicious mix of deterrence, diplomacy, and dialogue, underpinned by a clear recognition of each other's red lines and strategic interests. As the global landscape evolves, so too must the strategies employed by both Washington and Beijing to manage their rivalry. This delicate balancing act is not only crucial for the U.S. and China, but for the peace and prosperity of the international community at large. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of the deepening crisis in U.S.-China relations. We hope this discussion has provided valuable insights into the challenges and potential pathways toward a more stable global future. Stay informed and engaged with us here on InfoBurst, where we break down complex global issues into understandable insights.